Columbus has been home sweet home for the Buckeyes. Ohio State has a perfect 15-0 record at Value City Arena. Tonight, upstart Wisconsin will try to hand the 11th-ranked Buckeyes their first loss on their home floor. From Columbus, Ohio, it's Big Ten women's basketball. Tonight, Ohio State, in a fight for first place in the league, welcomes the Wisconsin Badgers and first-year coach Bobby Kelsey. Hi, everyone. Alongside Vera Jones, I'm Andrew Catalon. Thank you for joining us on BTN. Ohio State is chomping at the bit to play this one tonight. It's been 8 days since their last game, a loss at Minnesota. Since then, all they've done is practice, watch film, and think about that loss. Tonight, they're raring to go.
Coach Swasser talking about how it's a lot like preseason, and most athletes hate preseason, so yes, they're ready to fight for that first place bid. And also, this is a chance for Wisconsin to prove that they really are as strong as they have been. They've won 3 of their last 4. They could prove the spoiler tonight.
You know, the drama continues to build in the Big Ten surrounding the Player of the Year. So many good candidates to pick from, including 2 in this Ohio State team, Samantha Perhalis and Taylor Hill. How do you handicap it right now?
I can't choose. It's like me trying to pick between chocolate and cheesecake. I just can't do it. And I tell you, Taylor Hill is sweet indeed. From the outside, her range is phenomenal. One of the best scorers on the planet right now. And her ability to get inside, she leads the conference in scoring. And then there's Sammy Perhalis, equally as good a playmaker as she is a scorer from behind the arc. She has deep range and a lot of swagger and confidence. It's going to be up to Taylor Wirtz, though, for Wisconsin. When we talk about playing the role of spoiler, she can put up big numbers, averaging over 16 points per game. Nice little step back. She will be counted on tonight to get the upset against Ohio State.
These 2 met in late December. It was a 1-point game at the half before Ohio State pulled away. Tonight, the rematch, the Badgers and Buckeyes. Tip-off is next on BTN. BTN Women's Basketball is brought to you in part by Pure Silk Shave Cream. Soothing aloe gel plus fabulous moisturizers help your legs look and feel like pure silk. Welcome back to Value City Arena in Columbus, Ohio. Moments away from tip-off between Wisconsin and Ohio State. Jim Foster has done an incredible job with the Buckeyes. This is his 10th season in Columbus. He's won at least 20 games every single season for the Bucks. What's the secret to his success, Vera?
You know, he just talks about he listens and he goes with the flow. I love his philosophy.
Very low-key, reserved guy, and he certainly has the respect of his team. Taking a look at his starting lineup, it's their regular starting 5. Of course, Perhalis and Hill, we highlighted already. They combined to average 40 points per game. Keep an eye on Amber Stokes. She's a key 3rd scorer on this team.
Yeah, she's a nice little quick offensive threat for this Buckeye squad.
Ashley Adams leads the Big Ten in blocks per game, averaging a shade under 3 per night. For Wisconsin, they will not have their 2nd leading scorer tonight. Anya Covington will miss her 2nd straight game due to illness. The freshman Jackie Gulzinski starts in her place, but that's a big loss in the paint for Bobby Kelsey.
Gulzinski gives them good size in there, but you just can't speak enough about Anya Covington's quickness and her leadership.
Covington averaging 10 points and 7 rebounds per night. Bobby Kelsey, very energetic. What a pleasure it was to talk with her this morning during her shoot-around practice. She comes in with a 4-6 record, her first year as a head coach after playing and coaching at Stanford, and she's got a real interesting offense. Up-tempo, shoot the basketball.
That's right. She wants to get out and run, and she's really changed the entire complexion of Wisconsin basketball. So looking forward to seeing what you can do here tonight.
Well, it's been a while since Wisconsin has been able to beat Ohio State. Tried 2001. 19 straight wins for the Buckeyes in this series, and they lead the overall series 45-15. It's been all scarlet and gray when these two get together.
Buckeye fans, get up, get down. It's time for Ohio State basketball.
Almost set to go here from Value City Arena. Andrew Catalon, Vera Jones, proud to be with you here on BTN. What a battle it is in this league for first place. You have 3 teams with 2 losses. Purdue's 9-2, Nebraska 8-2, and Ohio State 7-2. This is going to be quite a finish coming down the stretch here.
Well, we expect Ohio State to jump out to a very, very quick start. You know, one of the things that Coach Foster commented on was that Minnesota outplayed them. They were very unfocused, they being Ohio State, and undisciplined, he said, at the beginning of the game. So 8 days off after that comment from a coach, I wouldn't be surprised if it looks like a track meet from this Ohio State team off the tip.
Yeah, the preseason practice time is done, as Jim Foster said for the last week. Put the film away, stop going against each other. Tonight, Ohio State finally sees someone with a different color jersey on the other end of the floor. Value City Arena is rocking, and we are set to go. Ashley Adams will jump it up with Ashley Thomas. Our officials tonight, Beverly Roberts, Tina Napier, and Felicia Grinter. Underway from Columbus, Ohio State controls the opening tip.
Unbelievably electric in this arena. Love being courtside.
Adams straight away, dribbles off to her right. Now, Ohio State working the basketball down low. Stokes' shot no good, knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Buckeyes. Ohio State very aggressive on the baseline, doing a lot more things this year with guard play than they did in the past when they had the likes of Jantown Lavender in the post. So Adams at the free throw line, and there's that cut by Perhalis. That's right, that baseline cut. They use a lot of looks from the short corner as well. Perhalis pulls up and knocks it down. Samantha Perhalis puts the Buckeyes on top. Like you said, expect Ohio State to come out attacking, something that Perhalis did not do against Minnesota early on. They lead the league in points per game, averaging just under 78, which is also good for 7th in the country. Here's Golzinski, the freshman, starting in place of the injured Anya Covington. 10 on the shot clock. Golzinski for 3. No good, and the rebound underneath comes to Morgan Page. She goes back up with it, and she travels. That's great penetration from Wisconsin. You know, looking at this team, having seen them several times this season, one of the weaknesses that I've noticed is the fact that they do a great job on that exterior in terms of moving the ball around the perimeter, but they don't attack the paint. That was good penetration, even though they weren't able to score. It'll be even tougher tonight to attack the paint with Covington on the bench. Perhalis, another jumper, and another bucket for the senior. Talk about a player with sheer willpower and do power. She just has so much talent, so much energy and leadership for this team. And that was a great cut. Again, you got to keep that head up, something Bobby Kelsey talked about. You got to be able to dribble on the perimeter to see those cuts. This is Perhalis, who's great with the back door, but again, she finds space, she reads well. She looked at the defense and said, okay, you're really not going to step to me and play me? Really? At 13 feet? I can hit this. At 19 points per game, she's 4th in the league, and Taylor Hill, the leading scorer, misses that, but gets her own rebound. Perhalis resets, calls for a screen, and Adams will shoot. No good. And the rebound underneath. Look at Stokes. She does such a good job on the offensive glass. She's so quick. It's very difficult to box out a guard who has the ability to jump, to leap, and to just cut through the lane as she can. 2nd on the team in offensive rebounds. And the ball stays with the Buckeyes, 20 on the shot clock. Taylor Hill very comfortable in that point guard position. I talked a lot to guard coach Debbie Black, one of the best guards that, back in my day. I hate to talk about back in my day, but she was there. 2 on the shot clock. Perhalis forced to put up a shot, and she's fouled. Slight push, I think, from by Davis. That came with 1 on the shot clock, and now Perhalis will go to the line where she's had a very good season, 83% from the charity stripe. And with that free throw, Perhalis has now moved into 5th place on the all-time scoring list at Ohio State, passing Avril Roberts.
Most improved. I was talking to Debbie Black about what she sees in Samantha Perhalis, and she says her demeanor on the court as well as her assist-to-turnover ratio. A lot less glitz and flash and just great heads-up basketball.
She has all 6 points in this game, 6-0 Buckeyes. Wirtz gets it out of the corner. Here's Page trying to penetrate. Ashley Adams got a piece of that. The Big Ten leader in block shots per game. 8 on the shot clock.
There they go.
Nice bounce pass, as you said, Vera, trying to get it inside, but Adams is there again.
Well, this is going to make things a little complicated because Wisconsin's doing an excellent job of getting the ball inside, but when you have the likes of Adams just there, one of the best shot blockers in the conference, it's very difficult to score.
2 quick blocks for Adams, 6-0 Buckeyes. Hill launches a 3, no good, and Wirtz comes away with the rebound. Pushes it up ahead to Jade Davis. And we have a travel.
Once again, look how much it helps to have big bodies down there in the key. It will change the way you even get out on the fast break. Very hesitant to score.
3 turnovers for the Badgers so far in this one. And Stokes is fouled by Golzinski. Wisconsin had won 3 straight games, which was their longest win streak of the season before losing their last game Thursday against Iowa. Good game, went to overtime, and Iowa prevailed 85-79.
Wisconsin playing really tight man-to-man defense. But one of the things I was just about to say that they have to make sure they pay attention to is that baseline.
That's a sweet pass by Perhalis to Beach, and it's 8-0 Ohio State. Perhalis is so creative on the floor. Beautiful dish right there. Wirtz from the free throw line.
That's nice.
Wisconsin's on the board.
That's something that Wirtz has improved on tremendously, especially coming off those ball screens. She does a good job of stopping and popping as she curls into the key. Nobody there.
And we have a timeout on the floor. Samantha Perhalis, 6 points and a beautiful dish. We're back to Columbus after this. Back at Value City Arena, and Samantha Perhalis setting the tone early for the Buckeyes.
Great step back. How about this? Reads the D well with the shot fake, and then the penetration. Who would guess she was going to send the pass back that way? Just a dynamic scorer and playmaker.
6 points already for Perhalis. She also has that 1 assist. It's 8-2 Ohio State. Couple of substitutions for Wisconsin. Anne-Marie Brown, the freshman, has checked in. Bobby Kelsey likes to go to her bench early and often.
And a little change of defense from Ohio State, getting a lot more aggressive as they came out in that press.
Davis from the corner, and it's good. Jade Davis.
For Wisconsin, a zone might be what the doctor ordered.
And Hill spinning at the other end. She'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Taylor Hill is one of the most improved players I think this conference has ever seen. She averaged 10 points a game last year. She's up to 21.6 this season.
Second largest increase in the Big Ten from last season to this season.
What a difference a season makes. She's always been a very, very capable scorer, even from high school. But the way she has just taken this team on her back and just, you know, she's not a real flashy player. She just gets it done.
And you know what? She's always the last one to leave practice.
Yeah, every time.
She's out there every time, the last one just shooting threes, well, long after everyone else has left the gym.
We had left this morning as we were walking out after having stayed around a good little while. She was still shooting.
It says something about the Big Ten's leading scorer. Take all those extra reps, and she comes up with a steal here. Coast to coast, Hill lays it in.
Showing it she's not just a pure scorer, but a pure player. She's got great defensive technique. She reads the passing lanes extremely well.
Last year, all Big Ten defensive team. Jim Foster calls her a lockdown defender. And she came up with the steal and turned it into 2 on the last trip.
You see, they start her out on Taylor Wirtz, although Ohio State is switching on the guard screen.
Page with a rainbow 3, and it's 11-8.
Page is that one player, you know, you have to have the supporting cast, but she has stepped up as a third scorer for this Wisconsin team. Wisconsin had, over the last 7 games, has gone from averaging about 60 points per game to 70.
Beach puts it on the floor, but she can't get it to go, and Wirtz comes up with the rebound. She wants to push. Jade Davis in the front court. And like you've been saying, Vera, they're staying out of the paint. They pull it back and work the perimeter.
Yeah, they will work that perimeter. Ideally, they're looking to either get that penetration and kick, as they just did, or just to go ahead and see if they can put it on the floor and get the drive to the hole. They don't have a lot of post play. You're not going to see a whole lot of action down on the block from Wisconsin.
Another perimeter shot and another 3 for Jade Davis.
Make no mistake, this Wisconsin team can shoot the 3 and looks to shoot the 3. One of the most aggressive three-point shooting teams in the conference.
Jade Davis has 6 points. She averages 7 per night. Beach misses the jumper.
It's a very good sign for Wisconsin, particularly in the absence of Anya Covington, that gives them that inside presence, that their perimeter shooting is indeed on.
Therese Moore comes in for Jim Foster as Kalpana Beach gets a breather. And Cassie Rochelle and Lindsey Smith have checked in for Wisconsin. Perhalis driving in, the floater is good.
Wow.
Samantha Perhalis.
Tough to stop that, she's got 8 points.
Oh, wow. Oh, the old, I'll take it out. No, I'll take it out.
Well, Perhalis was shaking her hand, something on the other end of the floor. Now she's running down there as a Wisconsin with a sloppy mistake. Oh, what a pass by Adams, but Perhalis can't finish. Ashley Adams, a very good passer for a center. And now Wisconsin in transition, but they have a travel on Rochelle.
You know, in Europe, they wouldn't ever call that. Or in the NBA, when you think about it. That was fair play.
6 turnovers now for Bobby Kelsey's team.
For the Badgers, number 20, Laisha Gorman.
Laisha Gorman checks in, and Perhalis still shaking her hand.
As opposed to shaking her finger, which is what she does after she scores a basket.
See if it affects her here.
Let's see, can we get a finger shake? No, she's good.
Gonna take a lot to get Perhalis out of the game. Knocks down the 3, and Perhalis has 11 points already. Smith tried to throw it inside. Ohio State saves it out. Therese Moore fighting for it. And we have a jump ball. The possession arrow favors Wisconsin. Let's take another look at Perhalis, see if she got hit here.
On the drive.
And it didn't hurt her here as she pulled up and knocked it down.
No, I think you'd have to literally chop her hand off to see her stop scoring or attempting to do so.
Gorman with 4 on the shot clock. Gorman blocked from behind by Moore. Another block for the Buckeyes, and Perhalis wants to push.
Yeah, that's a pretty good matchup. Gorman will have, again, her hands full. The baseline attack for Ohio State has been virtually unstoppable.
Great ball movement, and now another turnover by Wisconsin. 7-0 run by the Buckeyes. And they're moving the ball with ease against Wisconsin. .7-0 run for the Buckeyes, and they are looking good here in the first half.
Ohio State so good on the penetration and pitch. Watch this. On the give and go, freeze it. The help side is going to come here. The problem is this player does not drop down and watch the pitch. You have to help the helper. There's no weak side rotation, so that's a wide open look for Amber Stokes, and she's a very capable scorer last time I checked.
That's one of the biggest improvements in Stokes' game, knocking down that baseline jumper. She's third on the team in scoring, averaging just under 8 points per game this year.
You have to be able to help the helper against this Ohio State team because they're such a good passing team. They want to penetrate that baseline, attack whoever's playing on the block coming for help side, and they're going to pitch it to the weak side every time for the wide open shot.
Wisconsin has more turnovers than field goals early on. 6 turnovers, 4 field goals as Taylor Hill knocks down another.
Wow.
Hill has 5, Perhalis 11. We asked Bobby Kelsey at practice this morning as works his shot is off the mark. What do you have to do against Ohio State? She said we have to try to take the ball out of Perhalis and Hill's hands and pray they have an off night.
And pray they are cold, her words exactly.
So far,
pray they are cold.
Her prayers have gone unanswered early on.
Nice break.
Morgan Page finishes underneath for Wisconsin.
Yeah, if Wisconsin wants to get an upset tonight, they're going to have to start it with defense. I mean, they can be very, very aggressive on defense, but little things like making sure they protect the baseline and they're rotating on the help side have to be done. And those are some of the things Bobby Kelsey talked about. It just, when she took over this team, just defensive mechanics. That's what she stressed and emphasized.
Perhalis with a deep 3, no good, and Jade Davis is there for the rebound.
Wisconsin not afraid to push in transition. It's probably not a bad idea. Ohio State very effective in the half court.
Adams, I think, got a piece of that one again, and she has certainly been a difference maker down low in this first half.
You know, when I see her down there in the paint, I think about the Adams family. I can hear her come, I can hear her coming over to defend, to block shots.
Rochelle with the board, and Jade Davis will bring it up the floor. 20-13, Ohio State. Golzinski fouled by Taylor Hill.
Golzinski, great size and the ability to shoot on the perimeter. She'll be replaced. Again, they have to continue to try to attack the paint.
Replacing Jackie Golzinski.
Wirtz blocked off the inbound. Ohio State tried to run it out to Perhalis, but nothing doing.
Did Adams even jump on that?
Doesn't have to at 6'5".
Yeah.
And another foul called against Ohio State. This one on Raven Ferguson. Hey, don't forget, Super Wednesday returns with another great set of matchups. First, 12th-ranked Michigan State hosts Penn State, and then number 25 Michigan heads to Lincoln to battle the Cornhuskers. Coverage starts at 6:30 Eastern, presented by Buffalo Wild Wings, only on BTN. 9 minutes to go in the first half. Buckeyes had a 9-0 run before Wisconsin was able to break it up. Jade Davis has her shot blocked by Taylor Hill, and Ohio State comes away with it. 5 blocks now for the Buckeyes.
Oh, could not finish though.
Ferguson, the freshman, tried to go with the left hand, and now Wisconsin the other way. But Tiara Stephen is way off the mark.
A little too fast, a little too hard.
Perhalis with the left hand. Boy, is that pretty. She's got 13 points.
When they go and sit down to watch film, they will only need to isolate one side of the court. That right baseline has just been killing them. Perhalis is just a great reader. Deceptively quick first step. And look at the floater with the kiss off the glass. Great ball control and body control in the air.
Good luck to the voters for the Big Ten Player of the Year, because this is not going to be easy.
Oh, yeah. And you have several teams like that in the conference. I think of Penn State as well as Nebraska that have a dynamic duo, two really outstanding players on each of those teams. That how do you really decide which one is the best overall?
Perhalis wide open for three. Timeout, Wisconsin.
Did you check out the
Perhalis
dance?
at 16, and she's dancing down the floor.
Timeout, Wisconsin, 30-second timeout.
It all started with an Ashley Adams block. That's her third of the game already. She had 7 last time out against Minnesota.
Again, and she really doesn't need to jump much at all. Great job on defense. And this is Perhalis again. And if we get the dance? We just missed the dance. Just a little bit of a dance afterwards. She's feeling it.
Well, Wisconsin just can't let that happen defensively. Perhalis wide open for 3, and she's going to hit that shot more times than not.
And I think that's occurring because the guards have to remember that she is very capable of just coming down and stopping and popping. If you fall back down into the key too much, you know, it leaves wide open threes out on the perimeter available. Not something you want to give away to people like Samantha Perhalis and Taylor Hill.
When they met in December, Perhalis had 12 points against Wisconsin. Tonight, she's already got 16, and another turnover by the Badgers.
Yeah, you have to stop the ball. Much better job, but then that's what happens. If you play aggressively out front on the perimeter, they're so good at sending cutters to the basket, especially on backdoor looks.
7-0 run for the Buckeyes. Perhalis putting on a clinic in the first half. Nine on the shot clock for the Badgers. Rochelle has a block. Adams now has 4, 2 on the shot clock. And they don't get it off. Shot clock violation against Wisconsin. Samantha Perhalis scoring the basketball and dishing the basketball, doing it all in this first half. The Buckeyes have opened up a 27-13 lead.
Attention to the video board.
It is a block party in Columbus. 7 blocks for the Buckeyes in this first half.
Darice Moore, then Ferguson gets in on the action, and how about Adams, who has 4 on the night. Just a great big block party. I told you, when we walked in this arena, it was electric. It was like everybody was partying in here. I felt like I was in a nightclub. So then we went right from the nightclub to the block party. Gotta love it.
If Galpana Beach got going, could be a beach party.
They could do a beach party.
A lot of parties going on here in Columbus.
They are partying hardy here at Value City Arena.
Perhalis has 16 points in this first half. Her career high is 32. Hill, kick out in the corner to Ferguson for 3. No good. Rochelle the board. Ohio State on a 16-2 run over the last 7 minutes and change. Page leans in, misses the shot. Adams the easy rebound, outlet to Perhalis, and she's out of bounds. Adams had some mustard on that pass.
She's getting stronger from all the blocks. She just didn't know how much she was putting on there. Good hustle, though, from Perhalis. I actually thought she saved that thing.
Almost got there. Wisconsin cold in this first half, shooting just 26%. Over their last 7 games, they've been shooting 45%.
Notice again how many times Wisconsin's great at turning the corner to get the ball in, and that's exactly what needs to get done. Wirtz coming off the screen, spend a little less time trying to force it from the perimeter. Go ahead, turn the corner, and get into the paint.
Wirtz has 4 points as Perhalis sets up the Ohio State offense. Taylor Hill uses the screen, pulls up. Shot is no good, but Adams there for the offensive board. She threw it away.
There it is, and that's wide open. Page
Hill got knocked down. Jim Foster wanted a call, and Page takes advantage.
Well, you can set those screens out there on the perimeter. If you set them right, it's kind of like being blindsided. Again, the baseline is really their Achilles heel tonight. Wisconsin just can't seem to stop that baseline penetration from either direction. Good look.
Lindsey Smith knocks it down. And Wisconsin cuts it to 7.
The one thing you can say about this Badger team is they do not give up. They are competitive. They will fight to the end. Coach Bobby Kelsey talks about another baseline drive. Talks about how they just continue to be in every basketball game.
Can't get the rebound there. Wisconsin on a 7-0 run. 4 minutes to go first half. Perhalis ends the run. She's got 18.
Already? The announcer said with
incredible. And 3 assists. Wirtz for 3, and she hits it.
Very capable scorer.
Last 6 games, Wirtz is shooting 45% from beyond the arc as Hill is fouled. Samantha Perhalis with 18. The rest of her teammates have 11. Perhalis and the Buckeyes cruising in the first half, but Wisconsin's cut it down to 6.
Please direct your attention to the video report. Nationwide insurance.
Samantha Perhalis, 7 of 9 from the floor here in the first half. She's got 18 points.
Clinic basketball. She did the up fake go by, the step and shoot, and here the curl off the screen. Just anything if you want to teach your kid from the guard position, easy to watch Samantha Perhalis and learn it.
And she passed Avril Roberts tonight, moving into 5th place on the all-time scoring list for the Buckeyes. What a career for the 5'7" senior from Comac, New York. Preseason Big Ten Co-Player of the Year, along with Alex Bentley from Penn State. Her season high is 30. It came against Iowa. She's got 18 so far tonight. Taylor Hill at the line to shoot 2.
Last I checked, high school begins in 9th grade, correct? Most high schools?
Yes.
9th, 10th, some still. Samantha Perhalis started for the Comac High School team as a 7th grader. How about that? In New York.
Not bad.
Not bad at all.
She's got some skills.
Comac, excuse me.
Page nearly traveled, finds Rochelle on the block. Back out to Davis, 6 to shoot. Rochelle, turnaround.
That's a nice look. Can't get it to fall.
Here comes Perhalis. Wisconsin down by 7, trying to keep it close before the half. Stokes on the baseline, and she's fouled and is down on the ground in pain.
Oh, wow. Possibly one to the gut.
Amber Stokes, the 3rd leading scorer on Ohio State, averaging close to 8 points per game. She's up. And then she's trying to walk it off.
Wisconsin foul number 12, Lindsey Smith.
Her father, Ron, played at Ohio State from 1982 to 1985. First father-daughter combo at OSU, and there is Ron, color analyst for the radio broadcasts of the men's team. Amber gives the sideline a thumbs up. I'm going to stay in.
I'm okay.
She's tough.
Daddy's little girls, tough as nails.
She only made 1 start in her first 2 years with the Buckeyes, and she started every game this season and gets a big ovation from the Buckeye faithful here at Value City Arena.
How focused she is.
Misses the second, 31-23 Ohio State. Inside 3 minutes to go in the first half.
what's happening off of a lot of these ball screens is you have to be able to keep your head up enough to see when your post player slips off the screen. It's a wide open look to the basket. Wisconsin's missing that sometimes.
Ohio State playing good perimeter defense here. And now inside, Jay Davis tried the reverse lay and no good, but Wisconsin gets it back. Davis misses the jumper, and we have a foul against Wisconsin. We're going the other way. Tomorrow, join host Dennis Haysbert as we explore the efforts of Big Ten universities on and off campus to make a difference in a variety of fields around the globe. Impact the World, tomorrow night at 8 Eastern, only on BTN.
Nice high-low look.
More to Beach, and the freshman finishes.
You know, once upon a time, you talked about the high-low almost every other play for Ohio State because they have the likes of really aggressive post players.
Therese Moore.
Talk about aggressive post players.
How about that? And the crowd here loves it. Great defense by the sophomore from Youngstown, Ohio.
Well, again, the ball was right in her face. She had no choice but to just take it, and she shows brute strength on that one. And again, about the high-low, that's one of the weapons that has always been in the arsenal of the Ohio State under Jim Foster. You see a lot more takes to the basket like this, however, in their offense. Much more guard-oriented this year, but the high-low is still an option.
Ohio State has attacked that baseline throughout the first half, and Stokes able to convert. Ohio State back up a dozen, and Wisconsin with a turnover. Buckeyes on a 7-0 run.
Great post.
Beach, left-handed, no good, fighting for the rebound. And we have a jump ball, possession arrow favors Wisconsin.
Well, Beach comes in and she established great position, but then she went with a very soft little jump hook when that was by all means an opportunity for her to use that power drop step.
Don't forget, coming up at halftime, Rick Pizzo and Emily Fox in our Chicago studio. Final 45 seconds of the first half here from Columbus. Ohio State 18-0 this year when leading at the half. Wirtz from the baseline, no good. Rochelle with the putback.
Good follow, and again, attacking the offensive glass, getting some rebounds. Those are easy opportunities. Well, easy for me to say, but those are opportunities Wisconsin needs to look for when you don't have your offense running the way that you want it. Because the defense is so aggressive, you've got to turn around and get aggressive on the little things. Defensively, getting in passing lanes, trying to force some transition basket off of steals, and also just getting in there and attacking the offensive glass.
Therese Moore with an air ball, and the ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Ohio State, 2.1 on the clock. See if the Buckeyes can get off a quick shot here.
I'm going to go with yes, maybe not.
And Beach stepped on the line.
Yeah, Perhalis was trying to catch the ball on the inbound, but wasn't in.
Samantha Perhalis with a fantastic first half, 18 points on 7 of 9 shooting. Buckeyes up by 10. Let's go to our Chicago studio and join Rick Pizzo and Emily Fox.
Thank you, Andrew. Welcome into this halftime report alongside former Golden Gopher star Emily Fox. I'm Rick Pizzo. This is all about the star, Sam Perhalis for Ohio State, just lighting up the first half with 18 as the Buckeyes lead it by 10. Sitting back there in the green room watching this, just kind of shaking our heads at what she does.
She was unbelievable. And Coach Foster talked about his team was not mentally prepared in their loss against Minnesota. Well, you can believe that they were focused and ready to go today. And that started with their leader, senior Samantha Perhalis. She was unbelievable. Just the way she drives to the basket, the way she reads her screens. Coming off a three here, stop and pop. She really couldn't stop her. And then she also was getting it done on the assist area. Here she goes, makes a great pass to Stokes. And her teammates really need to hit shots in order for her to have all those assists. And she was just unstoppable.
Yeah, she had, along with those 18 points, 3 assists. At one point, she basically accounted for, I believe, 21 of Ohio State's first 25 points. Now, Wisconsin did have this game tied up at 11. They had a little bit of an early offensive spark, but then that Ohio State defense kind of locked down in the Badgers. Yeah, and Wisconsin's a team who's going to give 100% all the time. And I thought they had a really strong start at the beginning. They were going after hustle plays, diving on the floor. I really like their heart and hustle, especially on this play here. They end up getting a three-point shot, but Ohio State was just too much to handle, especially as Vera called it, the block party. And they just could not get enough space, couldn't get their shots off. And Ohio State is 7-1 in blocks. Ashley Adams had 4 blocks on her own, so they got to get their shots off. Yeah, awfully tough against that Ohio State interior defense to get anything going. And with Taylor Wirtz and the outside shooting of Wisconsin really not clicking either, Ohio State out to a 10-point lead at the break. Still to come, when we continue here on the Halftime Report, we'll look back at some of Sunday's best with highlights from the weekend's action, and Emily tells you why the conference race may be a bit more wide open than the standings would lead you to believe. That's coming up when we return. Rick and Emily back with you for some second half keys. How about we start with Ohio State? Ohio State, they need to continue to stay mentally focused and disciplined. And for Wisconsin, they need to find an answer for Samantha Perales and keep getting those hustle plays. They're definitely not out of this game. Yeah, fair enough to say that if Perales puts another 18 on the board in the second half, Wisconsin's chances not so good. Let's send it back to Columbus now. Those calling the game, Andrew and Vera. Guys, take it away.
All right, thanks a lot, guys. Really feels like a party in here. You said a disco before, but this place is rocking, and Samantha Perales, a big reason why.
Well, she's been dancing, and then you had the block party going on. We've had a little bit of everything from the Ohio State end. They definitely need to stay disciplined, as Emily Fox spoke to, and I don't think they're going to have much problem if Perales continues just reading the defense well. Look at that step back. Baseline takes have been left and right. The ability just to find the open three, she's got it. How about the screen, curl, and pop? Beautiful. She has done an outstanding job of reading. On the flip side, however, Wisconsin has really struggled just trying to get into the interior because they've been having a block party in there with Ohio State. Adams, and then Ferguson gets in on the action. Adams again just swatting things out of play. Wisconsin knows that they need to attack the interior, but they just can't get there.
7 blocks already for the Buckeyes, and you look at the points in the paint, and it really highlights the struggles Wisconsin is having inside. Ohio State outscoring them in the paint 16-8.
Yeah, and they could help themselves a lot with second chance points if they could just get in there. Right now, Ohio State 8-2 there. If they could just get in and just start attacking the glass, that would help them get a few more points in the paint.
We had live entertainment at halftime. This place, I'm not lying, it was rocking tonight. We'll back with the second half right after this. Welcome back to Columbus. There's the Lane Avenue Bridge on a balmy February evening here in Columbus. It was 50 degrees today.
Oh, fabulous.
Spring football weather right around the corner, and I know Buckeye fans are fired up with Urban Meyer taking control here in Columbus. But right now, it's all Samantha Perales. 18 points for the Ohio State senior, and the Buckeyes have a 10-point lead at the break. They are just so tough here at home. They've won 9 straight at Value City Arena, all by double digits, by an average of 24 points per game.
I mean, they have definitely just been able to be very, very strong at home. As you know, most of these teams love the home court advantage, but not quite like this Ohio State Buckeye team.
Perales has a 2, and it's no good, but Adams is there for the rebound. Again, she doesn't even have to jump. Nice dish to Perales, but she can't finish. But Beach keeps it alive for the Buckeyes. Beach off the glass.
Kalpana Beach. Can make any gray day a lot sunnier.
Her father played 6 years in the NFL. Sanjay Beach, a wide receiver for the Jets, Packers, and 49ers. In fact, he caught Brett Favre's first completion.
Is that right?
How about that?
Made that guy famous.
Trivia answer now.
Thanks for sharing.
Wirtz.
She's got an interesting release, but I'm telling you, Taylor Wirtz is underrated. She is an unbelievable threat from the perimeter.
Double figures now in 22 of Wisconsin's 23 games. She has 10 points. She does have a sideways type spin on her release.
Yeah.
Taylor Hill, silky smooth at the other end.
Yeah. no mistaking, that one is textbook form.
Taylor Hill with 9. Jay Davis will launch a 3 and hit. And Wisconsin.
3-point goal, Jay Davis.
Just a prediction, if Ohio State doesn't tighten up on some of these three-point shooters from Wisconsin, we're going to be looking at another basketball game very, very quickly.
Perhalis left open for 3, and she has the answer.
Now here's my thing. Jay Davis actually hesitated on that. Why you would hesitate when a skip pass comes out to Samantha Perhalis, I don't know. You have to be able to stay right in her grill the entire time. She needs to be wearing you as a new piece of garment.
Stokes aggressive defensively, 10 on the shot clock for the Badgers.
Oh my goodness, the blocks are unbelievable from Adams.
And Adams comes away with the loose ball up ahead to Perhalis, and they're gonna push. Nice
Did you see that pass?
Beach couldn't finish, but what a pass by Perhalis.
Phenomenal. Watch this pass. It's the no looks that you just gotta love. The no looks and the wraparounds. I mean, she literally just wraps it around the body of the defender on the fly. That is very difficult to do. I was talking with Debbie Black, the assistant coach for Ohio State, the guard coach. Black played in the WNBA quite a bit, and just talking about at the next level, what would Sammy need to work on? And she just talked about the physicality, but beyond that, she's ready.
3-point party continues here in the second half. Man, we have a foul underneath.
There you go. There's a piece of that physicality right there. Something you see quite a bit at the next level. But Sammy Perhalis has shown or demonstrated over the years that she's grown a lot in terms of her selection of shots and just running the team, just having a more heads-up playmaker style.
22 now for Perhalis. Lindsey Smith checks in for Wisconsin, and Jade Davis will take a seat on the bench. Both these teams can shoot the 3. Ohio State leads the Big Ten from behind the arc, 37% on the season. And their last 4 games, they've shot 46%. Meanwhile, in Wisconsin's last 6, they've shot 40% from three-point land. And the ball's going back to the Buckeyes.
Wisconsin count, number 5, Morgan
See
Page,
Coach Bobby Kelsey, who's very, very serious looking. Call that, yeah, a little push off with the elbow.
Foul on Morgan Page.
The step back.
Wow, that is
Are you kidding me?
impossible to stop.
Just give me some popcorn. I'll just sit and watch. It's just a show. It's like a circus going on in here.
She's 9 for 13, but Wirtz keeps firing up threes and making them. She's got 13 points now.
Like I said, right now it's really come down to the fact that Wisconsin is getting threes pretty much at leisure. They have to be able to defend. It's got to be make 1, stop 2.
Wirtz actually has 16 points as Stokes can't handle the pass. But last touch by the Badgers.
Stokes very quick, tends to move without the basketball even faster than she realizes. That's a lot of congestion, a lot of screen-to-screener going on down on the block. Very confusing. I think Ohio State confused themselves on that inbound.
6 on the shot clock, Taylor Hill. She can shoot it from back there, launches, no good. And Wirtz comes away with the board.
Wirtz has a lot of fight in her. Some good handle, because it's not easy to handle out there in the backcourt coming up against Stokes, who stays in your face.
Page for 3. And Rochelle somehow comes away with it until Adams rips it right back. Bobby Kelsey wanted a foul on that one on the Wisconsin bench, didn't get one. 10-point game for Hallis. Another nice pass to Beach. And before the shot, she was fouled. Well, the step back bucket by Perhalis, something special to see. She's got 25 points and the Buckeyes up by 10. Samantha Perhalis with 25 on the night.
Does a great job, really sees assists for others, and that's somewhere she's gotten better, but the opportunity to make and create for herself is where she's just darn good. The step back, she reads defenses so very, very well, and she attacks with such confidence.
Taylor Wirtz trying to keep Wisconsin in this one. She's 4 for 4 from downtown for 16 points.
Yeah, no slacker indeed, shooting 60% overall field goal percentage. Not bad at all, just needs some help in there. And again, this Wisconsin team is not out of the basketball game. They need a couple of stops, and they have to continue to attack the basket. Those threes have boded well for them.
They've taken 5 shots in the second half, all 5 from three-point land. And we have a foul on Amber Stokes. Here's something we talked about throughout the night was Wisconsin's inability to penetrate the paint. They have not attempted a free throw yet tonight.
And that is one of the big things. You know, I was talking to Bobby Kelsey, coach, earlier, just saying, I mean, they use the motion offense where they're setting a lot of ball screens, as we see here on the perimeter. What happens, one, is you're keeping the ball in the possession of guards, and they're putting it on the floor, which can cause, obviously, steals and turnovers and things. But if you're not getting any cuts to the basket or utilizing a post in that offense, you're going to never really, holy smokes with the blocks already, but you'll never really get a chance to get to the free throw line.
8 blocks now for the Buckeyes as the crowd roars in appreciation of this one by Taylor Hill.
And she did it with such grace. It was almost a polite block.
She's always got that game face.
Yeah. You know, you start talking about player of the year. Now that's how you play a baseline drive. You see the angle, and that's something Wisconsin has not been able to do. Great angle towards the baseline to literally cut it off. And again, no attack, so this leaves only the perimeter, the top of the key area, and the wings really for Wisconsin to attack with their offense. Luckily, they've been getting a few shots.
Wirtz has 18, the only Badger in double figures. Wisconsin down by 8. 14 minutes left in the second half.
Nice post.
And Beach draws the foul on Ashley Thomas.
And we just talked about the difference of getting fouls and getting to the line, although this one was on the floor. Nice to have a post player that actually likes to play with her back to the basket, not afraid to get in the paint and rough it up a little bit.
Jim Foster has some young players in the paint as Perhalis goes baseline. She's got 27.
Wisconsin may spend the entire next week with nothing more than baseline defense because so much of the attack from Ohio State has come from there tonight. Perhalis has been amazing there.
They just keep launching threes as Morgan Page connects. It's keeping them in this game. They're down by 7.
Again, if they get stops, Wisconsin's doing an outstanding job, but they've got to stop that penetration.
Wisconsin shot 31 threes last time out against Iowa. Bobby Kelsey said that's probably a little too much.
Again, they just had a nice little flash into the post, but again, they continue to stay on the perimeter. The threes are only helping because they're going in at the moment.
Well, they're on pace to set a single season record for most threes in the season. They averaged more than 6 per game, and that has been their offense here in the second half.
And there's a stop. Now, this could be a key momentum moment right now. Chance to close the gap on the scoreboard. And it works. Great take.
They didn't score on a three-pointer.
They went inside.
A 5-point game,
Now
12 and a half to go.
Remember this moment, because this is a momentum swing. We talk about runs in basketball games. We'll see how Ohio State responds.
Therese Moore hops off the bench for the Buckeyes. She'll check in next whistle. Taylor Hill lost it. Turnover by the Buckeyes.
Once again, an opportunity.
And Ashley Thomas finishes.
You know, after a while, you begin to sense when a team is ready to make that run. Now, Wisconsin have been relatively cold. They finally attack and go inside, and yep, here comes the timeout. Well
Jim
called.
Foster calls the timeout.
Ohio
Wisconsin
State.
has made it a 3-point game.
Full timeout.
Ashley Thomas getting it done underneath, and the Badgers on the comeback trail. Wisconsin down by 3. Taylor Wirtz has 18 points.
The communications major, she is talking loud and proud. Definitely getting her shot off and keeping this Wisconsin team in the game. She's got basketball in the blood. Her dad, Lud Wirtz, played at Ripon College.
Therese Moore.
There's her big number, 16 points on the evening.
Only 2 players in the
that was
Big
her
Ten
average.
average at least 15 points and at least 7 rebounds per game. Jordan Hooper and Taylor Wirtz averaging 16. She is 18 tonight.
Jordan Hooper for Nebraska, another one of those names that comes up in Player of the Year talk.
Therese Moore.
Well, Jim Foster diagrammed a nice play out of that timeout, and Therese Moore puts it in. That was a 12-4 Wisconsin run. Wirtz does not have the answer on the other end, and Perhalis races up the floor.
Well, you can see right away just by the tempo here, this is a team that's ready to get back into it, but great job from Wisconsin. Another key opportunity here to keep the game close. And we talked about this. Adams, as good of a shot blocker as she is, not quite sure what happened there.
Anne-Marie Brown has her shot knocked down. No look pass for Hallis to Hill.
Probably her favorite recipient on the team. Those two in the back court are about as good as you can get anywhere in the country.
5 assists now for Perhalis. Another 3 on the way for Wisconsin, and Anne-Marie Brown hits the bottom of the net. Samantha Perhalis, we've seen this a time or two. The no-look dish to Taylor Hill, and Ohio State up by 7. Welcome back to Columbus. A homecoming tonight for Wisconsin assistant coach Elijah Bond. She played for the Buckeyes in the early 90s.
That's right.
And when she told her team where she played her college ball, they all said, "Are you serious? Any school in the country
but that." Ohio State. So a bit of a rivalry. Think about the football as well. So, but she's done an outstanding job working with this team.
Ferguson from the corner, and she can't hit, and a foul over the back on Therese Moore. Elijah Bond has come up with some creative nicknames for a couple of the players on Wisconsin. She calls Taylor Wirtz Wonder Woman.
There's Wonder Woman sitting right beside her. That's a good look right there.
And she calls Cassie Rochelle Bo Derek. Got a lot of energy on that Wisconsin bench.
Yeah, some old school comparisons.
Keeps it light.
Linda Carter. Yeah, she does look like Linda Carter, though. Wonder Woman.
Ashley Adams, baseball pass up ahead to Hill. She chases it down. Ashley Adams likes to throw those passes a long distance.
She's very stiff, not very, very animated post player, but again, she makes things happen, particularly defensively for this team. And yes, she's very good at just shot putting the outlet pass for the break.
13 on the shot clock for the Buckeyes. Perhalis will shoot, and it's no good. What a rebound by Jaleese Moore, but she traveled, and it looked like she may have got poked in the eye.
We have lost the contact. Hate when that happens. Foster's like, come on. She got poked in the eye.
Great story in the Ohio State newspaper, The Lantern, about Jim Foster boasting a 100% graduation rate
Gotta love
for his players. He thinks there's no such thing as a student athlete. It's really an athlete-student in Foster's book. And there's a great quote in the story in The Lantern about Twitter and Jim Foster. It was very old school. And Foster said, "What is with this Twitter thing? Who cares what you're thinking one moment? 5 minutes later, you're going to have a different thought. You're going to keep updating your thoughts." Very old school, but you have to respect the job that Jim Foster has done here at Ohio State.
Conversely, in talking to him, I asked him what if a new coach was coming in and he was chosen to mentor the coach, what couple of things would he tell them? And he said, number one is to listen. I said, to who? He said, to everybody. Be a good listener and be able to learn that things change. You just got to stay current with what's going on. And this is true. Twitter is one of those things.
Golzinski hits from the outside, and Wisconsin continues to launch from deep. Golzinski's first points of the night.
The story for Wisconsin has been these threes offensively, but defensively it's been the lack of ability to cut off the baseline drives.
Ohio State continues to light it up in the paint. Raven Ferguson, the freshman, with a nice move. 6-point game.
You know, Coach Bobby Kelson talked about how much they have been in almost every single basketball game, and to roll this close with the Ohio State Buckeyes has to be a confidence boost.
Ohio State ball. Wisconsin is shooting 11 of 19 from downtown, 57%. Coming up next, Big Ten Basketball and Beyond covers the latest news and events around the Big Ten, as well as the hottest stories across the nation. Big Ten Basketball and Beyond, presented by Barbasol, coming up right after the game. Martina Ellerby on the floor for the Buckeyes.
Skip past.
Count
it.
14 points for the Big Ten's leading scorer, showing off her range from deep. Buckeyes back up by 9.
That was a huge basket. I mean, this game was definitely within, and still continues to be within reach for Wisconsin, but
look at the defensive pressure by Perhalis, comes away with it and lays it in. 29 for Perhalis.
This very well could be the momentum swing. You always know, coaches can feel it as we get the timeout.
Standing O at Value City Arena. Bobby Kelsey calls it timeout. 7-0 run for the Buckeyes.
This is a good look. One of the things Ohio State does well, and you talk about that great passing from Adams, she has the ability at 6'5" to see over the entire offense. So getting those skip passes is easy. That sets off just great defense and a great read and run from Samantha Perhalis.
She's 4 points away from setting a new career high. 11 of 17 from the floor. And she does this by logging the most minutes per night in the Big Ten. She averages 37 minutes a night, and you see that same energy throughout the entire 40 minutes.
Yeah, you don't see Samantha Perhalis take many possessions off.
I don't think Jim Foster can get her out of the game.
That's the role they need on that give and go, on that ball screen and go.
Offensive foul on Jade Davis.
Guards have to be able to be confident to not drop their heads.
Momentum back in Ohio State's favor. They're up 11.
Yeah.
We're seeing 3 explosive offensive players in this game tonight. Points, rebounds, and assists.
Yeah, we analyst types like to check this out. We have 3 of them playing in this game, actually. Taylor Wirtz is the one that you think, you know, doesn't get the kind of mentions as Samantha Prahalis and Taylor Hill. But when you look at the numbers combined, points, rebound, and assists, she's right up there with the best.
All 3 in double figures scoring tonight. Prahalis 29, Wirtz 18, Hill 14, and a turnover by the Buckeyes. Wisconsin has still not attempted a free throw tonight.
That is amazing.
They've been whistled for 11 fouls. Ohio State's been whistled for 4 fouls.
And that may not really be an error or bad judgment on the part of the officials. We talked about their inability to really attack the paint. And the few times that they have, those block shots, for the most part, from what we've seen, have been relatively clean.
They're getting hammered in the paint. Ohio State outscoring them 28-12.
But it is still hard to believe you can play an entire basketball game and not get to the line even once. There's another one of those blocks.
Ashley Adams, that's 5 for the sophomore. And 10 for the Buckeyes as a team.
And that's clean, you know, and that's pretty much the kind of defense we've been seeing all night on the interior from this Ohio State team.
Don't forget Wisconsin missing Anya Covington tonight out.
That's huge, yeah.
Due to illness, this is her 2nd straight game she's missed. 3 on the shot clock. Jade Davis drives in, shot no good. And we have a jump ball called, and the possession arrow favors the Badgers.
And for the Badgers,
Bobby Kelsey
Lindsey Smith
saying, what do I have to do to get one of my players to the line?
Right, and now that, to me, I definitely would have to agree with her on that one because that was body contact the entire drive.
But this is nothing new for the Badgers. They have the fewest free throw attempts in the Big Ten this season. 3 on the way by Lindsey Smith. It's no good, but a second chance opportunity after the offensive board by Thomas. Wow. And we have another foul called on Wisconsin. Jade Davis.
Wisconsin foul, player control foul number 35, Jackie Golzinski.
Check that's on Jackie Golzinski. It's Ohio State ball.
Wow, that's
still getting shut out from the line.
That's difficult to believe.
Hill baseline puts up a shot, counted, and the foul.
To add insult to injury as we just sit here and speak about the discrepancy from the free throw line, yet another opportunity for Ohio State to score a freebie. And again, the difference is when you think about it, there's just more opportunities to create those fouls, to be honest, because they are getting inside where the closer you get to the basket, the harder the foul.
And that last play was a great example of what makes Taylor Hill such a dangerous scorer. You have to respect the shot and get out on her, but when you do, she can drive right around you.
That quick first step and so limber and agile on the drive.
Ellerby getting involved in the block party.
Unbelievable.
67 blocks now for the Buckeyes in Big Ten play. That leads everyone in the conference.
That it is absolutely unbelievable how many times that this Wisconsin team has driven to the basket and had their shot blocked, and yet not one time has there been a foul call.
11 blocks tonight.
And it's forcing them to take these threes. Earlier on, they were getting some really good looks from behind the arc. But when it's very discouraging to continue to go into the paint and just have your shot blocked. But you have to keep attacking.
And a steal. Bad pass by Adams. Lindsey Smith comes away with it for the Badgers.
Great job reading the passing lane. The give and go out of the triangle. Can't seem to create anything, but they continue to work that triangle, looking for opportunities to cut to the basket.
Traveling called against the Badgers.
Back in for the Badgers.
They have 19 turnovers tonight. That's 2 above their season average. You can always hear from BTN personalities, get programming information, and so much more. Follow BTN on Twitter and on Facebook today. sure Jim Foster will get right on that.
He may surprise you.
Foul on Ohio State. Check that on Jade Davis for Wisconsin. So Perhalis will go to the line. 18 fouls against the Badgers in this half, 2 for Ohio State. 1 and 2 shots for Perhalis, and she makes the first. She's now got 30. So that matches her season high, which came against Iowa. This is for a new season high. Shot is good. So she's 1 away from tying her career high.
To think just 3 minutes ago we were looking at a 4-point basketball game.
Now it's 16. Morgan Page for 3. Now it's 13.
3-point goal.
That's the one thing about Wisconsin. They have demonstrated that they are very capable perimeter shooters. Once they figure out how to be more aggressive, and it may just be getting Anya Covington back in there into the paint so they can get some interior scoring, they can be very tough opponent.
12 of their 20 field goals have been from behind the arc. And Wisconsin comes away with the ball. Jade Davis in transition. Perhalis flies in to knock it out of bounds.
Where does she come from?
Timeout on the floor.
She's got her game face on. Will she get a new career high? Final 4 minutes from Columbus. We're back in a moment on BTN. Ohio State trying to improve to 16-0 at home this year and keep pace in the very crowded standings in the Big Ten. You take a look, 3 teams with 2 losses. Purdue, Nebraska, and Ohio State, and Penn State at 8-3. This one is going to come right down to the end.
You can count on that. Anybody's game.
Ohio State beat Nebraska here a couple of weeks ago. Those two will play again coming up. And Ohio State, after playing Illinois on Thursday, will then host Purdue this weekend. Tonight's Motel 6 6th player of the game is Raven Ferguson, the freshman, getting some minutes tonight. 4 points, 2 rebounds, and a beautiful move on the baseline.
Yeah, and you throw in a block shot. She was very active in the paint, hands all over the place, and the recipient of some of the other blocks that came from some of the other players.
Jade Davis hits, that's a 2. It's an 11-point game. Perhalis 1 point away from matching her career high. Taylor Hill shoots this one, no good, gets her own rebound, and she's fouled going back up.
Taylor Hill so very aggressive. Very sneaky, deceptive player. You know, you don't look at her and think about her strength, but she is really strong, especially driving to the basket, sneaking in for rebounds. She really can do it all, and due to that strength, she has unbelievable range from the perimeter. Just a very talented guard, can play any position.
She's attempted the most free throws of anyone in the Big Ten, and she now has 18 points tonight.
That's still an amazing stat. Wisconsin 0 for 0 from the line.
And again, we're not hammering the officials.
No, it's just
more their lack of play inside.
Yeah,
They're not
it's
drawing any
unbelievable.
fouls.
Yeah, to go a whole game and not be able to take advantage of the freebies. I'm a Walmart specialist. Where are the freebies?
Perhalis to Adams. In and out. Ellerby there for the offensive rebound. And we have a push called against Wisconsin. It's on Cassie Rochelle. And she is fouled out of the game. That's her 5th.
Team foul number 10.
Bobby Kelsey having a word with one of the officials.
As a coach, I will say in defense, if you're getting the ball inside, it is hard to believe that you would go an entire game, particularly as aggressive as the blocks are coming from Ohio State. You know, that's one of the ones you want to sit and watch film, because you're going to be shaking your head, you know, going, how is it possible that we had absolutely 0 trips to the free throw line? But as you said, you know, not hammering the officials, it has most of those blocks have looked very, very clean.
Well, you look at points in the paint. Ohio State 30, Wisconsin 12.
And there's the difference, folks.
Ellery goes 1 of 2. Offensive rebound by Amber Stokes.
She's got unbelievable leaps.
I think Perhalis is gunning for that career high. We'll see if they get the ball back in her hands for a shot here. Final 3 minutes. They dump it down low, broken up by Golzinski, and a turnover by the Buckeyes.
Telegraph pass, pretty easy to read, even with a 6'5" post player standing in the back.
Golzinski going to the hoop. And a foul is called on Perhalis.
Ohio State foul number 21, Samantha Perhalis.
Coming up next, Big Ten Basketball and Beyond covers the latest news and events around the Big Ten, as well as the hottest stories in the nation. Big Ten Basketball and Beyond, presented by Barbasol, coming up right after our game. Wirtz is able to recover, 2.5 to go.
Ball screen, she's open. But got to get the right pass there. Definitely need to get the right pass. And those are some of the little kinks that this Wisconsin team will continue to work out. They like to use the ball screen roll. They have to be a little more disciplined in how they get the ball to the post player rolling off of that screen.
20 turnovers for Hallis, and there's a new career high. Samantha Perhalis has 34 points.
And it's electric here at Party City.
Previous career high came against Michigan State in 2010. And you can rewrite the record book now for Perhalis. And a nice pass up ahead to Hill, who missed the underhanded lay-in. And Jim Foster just goes, what are you doing? But what a night for Samantha Perhalis, as we have another turnover on Wisconsin.
Jade Davis feeling like she cannot get a break.
And for the Buckeyes,
Here it is again, Perhalis, the 3, and a new career high. And she comes out of the game to a standing ovation at Value City Arena.
But how do you come out on a Samantha Perhalis with both of your hands down? I mean, those are the little things in film session when you're looking at your team and trying to help them see the little things they can do to get better. That's it. Never come out of Samantha Perhalis with your hands down.
Speaking of hands, remember in the first half, she kept shaking her hand. Looked like she got nicked on her right hand. I guess it didn't really matter, though.
I think she was shaking it because she said, I feel hot tonight. I feel hot. This hand feels hot.
Ashley Adams can't finish on the block, but the putback is good.
Got to pad the stats a little bit.
Ohio State is about to go to 64-3 when scoring 70 points in the last 2 seasons, including 19-0 this year. 70, the magic number for Jim Foster's team. Final minute. We wondered how Ohio State would respond after that loss 8 days ago to Minnesota, and we found out the answer here tonight. Page for 3, no good, and out of bounds. It'll stay with the Badgers. Tonight's Pure Silk performance of the game, guess who? Samantha Perhalis, a career high 34 to go along with 5 assists.
basket good.
And again, best wishes to the voters for Player of the Year.
Foul number 12, Malika Kennard.
That is a chore in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
How about that? A free throw for
Alrighty
Wisconsin,
then.
and they can't make it. Wirtz misses the 1-and-1, but finally, with less than a minute to play, Wisconsin attempts its first free throw of the night.
How about that? Well, those are some of the little things that will show up. Some of that summarizing that the baseline penetration and not being able to defend that from Ohio State, but then also just not being able to get any really good looks on the interior to get to the line.
5 seconds left. See if Wisconsin can get off one more shot. Ashley Thomas fakes, puts it up and in at the buzzer. will count. But Samantha Perhalis steals the show here tonight for Ohio State. A career-high 34 points for the Ohio State senior. Ohio State improves to 8-2 in the Big Ten. They stay atop the standings, 21-2 overall. Wisconsin now 4-7 in the Big Ten. Final score, Ohio State 72, Wisconsin 58. Big Ten and beyond coming up next. This has been an exclusive presentation of the Big Ten Network. For Vera Jones, I'm Andrew Catalan. So long from Columbus.